In this video, I'm going to talk about the difference between using loudspeakers and headphones in a studio environment. To begin, I'm going to give you a little bit of background information. Every song has a soundstage. That's what makes the song sound wide left to right and make it have depth from front to back. Now, loudspeakers create a phantom center image. So you have the left, right, and then center. The center is created by the same sound coming out of both the left and the right, like let's say the kick drum or some kind of bass instrument. What comes out of the left speaker is heard by the left ear first, and then the right ear second with a slight delay. Here's a little drawing I did. You see the green arrows are the direct sound from the loudspeakers, and the pink arrows are early reflections, or sounds that hit your ear after the direct sound. Notice that with loudspeakers, secondary sounds can also come from the back or the side walls. Now, with headphones, there's no crosstalk between left and right channels. There's no phantom center image. What's coming out of the left side is only heard by the left ear, and what's coming out of the right side is only heard out of the right ear. Because of this fact, you can listen to binaural audio recordings in headphones only. I'll put a link in the description, but binaural audio recordings just blow your mind if you've never heard them before. With loudspeakers, you do have to worry about the room you're sitting in. Different rooms may introduce excess low end or flutter echo if your room is not treated properly with acoustic paneling or bass traps. Also, if your room is square, it could create room modes, which are definitely not good and don't sound good. So with that out of the way, let's talk about panning. If you turn down the left side of a stereo loudspeaker pair by 15 decibels, you will think that the right speaker is only playing by itself. Similarly, if you delay one side by 1.12 milliseconds, that's the minimum, then you will think that only one side of the speakers is playing versus the other. A lot of professionals I've talked to sometimes use the delay trick instead of panning. I'll give you a demonstration. Now with headphones, it's a bit different. You only need 7 decibels and a 0.7 millisecond difference from left to right to make you think that it's only coming out of just the left or just the right speaker. This means that if you're using headphones to mix your music and then move over to loudspeakers, your mix will sound very centered and not wide like the soundstage should be. You have to pan twice as much on loudspeakers than in headphones. So basically, don't make critical mixing decisions on headphones alone. Now there's a company, I'm not sure if it's Smith or Smythe Research, has created the Realizer. I'll put a link in the description. And what that does is it creates a stereo speaker experience or even a surround sound experience with headphones using some kind of crazy algorithms. If you're really interested in it, then just check out the link. I'm sure they could explain it a lot better than I could. Now the last thing I want to talk about is expense. So let's say you have a budget of only $300. With such a small budget, headphones would definitely be the ideal choice over loudspeakers. Because headphones, all you have to do is buy a digital audio converter, a DAC, or an interface, and plug in the headphones. Now for loudspeakers, I'd recommend trying to spend a lot more than $300 if you're going to get some good quality out of it. Because not only do you have to buy the loudspeakers, but you definitely have to buy an interface and acoustic panels to help with your room. I would definitely not recommend plugging in loudspeakers directly from your computer. So do not use an 1/8" plug, a headphone jack, to RCA into your loudspeakers. I'd definitely get some balanced cables and run a 1/4 inch out from your interface into the loudspeakers. Because the cables are balanced, it reduces overall noise and makes your listening experience a lot clearer. I promise you'll hear the difference. Now I'll talk about some equipment that I'm currently using. My old DAC was the New Force DAC. I found it on Amazon. I think it was like $120 or so. The New Force DAC is a high quality digital to analog converter. Not top of the market, but it's not bad for around $100. The interface that I'm using now is the Sapphire 6 USB by Focusrite. It has 2 mono inputs with phantom power, 2 sets of RCA out, and a balanced 1/4 inch output that I'm using to connect to my Rocket KRK-8s. The main reason I chose those are because the port is in the front. I used to be in a small bedroom and I was up against the wall, and basically having the woofer port in the back will create some excess bass and oomph that is unrealistic and not what I'm looking for. Now that I'm in a larger room, that problem doesn't exist anymore, but they're still good quality speakers, and I've had no problem with them so far. The headphones I'm using are the Sennheiser HD650s. They'll run you anywhere from $300, $400, $500, so watch out. They're not cheap, but they are very fantastic headphones, very high quality, and I cannot recommend them highly enough. Also, the acoustic paneling I bought off of eBay. I think it's like 3-inch acoustic foam. I have it raised off of the wall, so it essentially doubles the performance of it. But overall, it was pretty cheap. I think it was like for every 12 panels, it was like $30 or something like that. I have it lining the walls, the corners, and directly left and right of me in my room. If you have any other questions about any equipment or any of the topics I touched on prior, just send me a message or leave a comment below. Or if you have any ideas for tutorials, I'd love to hear it and I'd love to help you out. So thanks for watching.